Okay, Katie, I'll check that out. Thanks. Okay, so we are recording now. Yes. All right, welcome everybody to our team Zoom call. Thursday, March 22nd, right? Yep. I thought it was Wednesday all day. I don't know where I was, but anyways, welcome. Thanks for coming on. So tonight we obviously have a very special guest, Joe Gonzalez. Joe and Tina, they have obviously you guys, yeah, uh, you guys know Joe and Tina's success. They're just doing exceptional within the company. Third or fourth highest income earners in the company, something like that. So they're really tearing it up, doing the right things. And one of the things that they're doing, like we discussed last week, to really perpetuate their growth is these launch calls, and not just launch calls for new people, but relaunch calls of people that have been in for a while and want to relaunch their business. So, but anyway, so Joe, I really appreciate you coming on. I know, it's been a tough week. I think everyone, knows about that. So we won't, talk about that. But we really appreciate your time. Thank you so much again for being here. I'm going to mute myself right now, and I'm just going to let you get started with your thing there, man.
Okay, no problem. And thank you very much, Derek. And thank you to the Wine Warriors. We got some beautiful flowers this week, and this is one of them my wife just brought down, like part of it. So we really do appreciate everybody's love and messages. Just tremendous, and thank you. But you know what? Life goes on, and we can't stay out of the game too long, right? We got to hop right back in it. And so that's what I'm going to do here tonight is tell you what we've been doing, and I'm really excited about it. I know Katie Roberts is on the line, and she has done this with us, so she's experienced this. This is something that we learned going to Austin's event recently down in Dallas, and so we actually learned this from Austin, but it's a really simple concept, and we're almost taking it word for word. So, this is the key to our business is duplication, and duplication means a system. And this is a system that anyone can do, and this is a launch call or a relaunch call process. And one of the ways that Austin explained it was what's the biggest business that probably relaunches their business every year? Anybody want to take a guess? Who has a relaunch of their business every year? Christmas retailers. Every year, people are going out and they prep everybody for a certain time of year, right? And they put the same things out at the same time, and they launch. It's almost like they're launching their business again every year, right? And there's no reason why we all can't do this. Has anybody felt like they're in a little bit of a rut and just wants a little bit something different than just messaging people and those sort of things? Feel free. I mean, you know what? We all go through ups and downs, and this is a way that you can easily jump back into the game. Now, I don't know if there are any new reps on the line, but who would like an easy way, a simple way to either launch your business as a new rep or to teach a new rep how to launch their business? Absolutely. And we're going to show you the launch call process tonight, which will do just that. Now, as I said, we want something that's simple to do. The name of the game in network marketing is getting a lot of people to do some very simple things, right, Derek? Just getting a lot of people to do some very simple things.
That's right.
And here's something that people may not know, but 80% of the success usually comes in the first 30 days. And I like to teach people, and one reason why Tina and I have been successful is it's not because we go out there and we're never the top. You know, you don't often see mine and Tina's name at the top of the list for having recruited bunches and bunches of people. But we do know and have experience with teaching people how to use a system so that you can duplicate down deep in your organization. Have you heard that term of going deep versus wide? Deep means that you're getting your people to teach people how to recruit, okay? Or if you want to write that down, teach your people how to teach others how to recruit. Then you're learning how to go deep in your organization. And when you go deep in your organization and you add to those generational depths, we're in a business called multi-level marketing. Okay? Does everybody understand that? Multi-level marketing is multi-generational. 1 generation, 2 generation, 3 generation, 4 children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, great-great-grandchildren, right? And so you want to be able to teach people how to do something and teach them how to do something so that you can go deep. Because when you teach people how to build deep, you're going to build a stable business that produces income the way the comp plan is really designed. Okay?
Yep, Joe, one thing I always heard, I'll just interject since you said that. I always heard this, that, width is profitability, depth is security. And
there you go.
Really a combination of the two, because profitability is a direct result of depth as well. But, it's that, it gives the idea of, personal responsibility, not putting in one person and saying, okay, go deep. You need to go wide for that profitability, set yourself up, and then the width really develops that security and stable income that you can rely on each week.
Yeah, because with that depth, you're utilizing the business plan and the concept of leverage, meaning getting a lot of people to do a little. Would you rather have 100% of your own efforts or 6% of 100 different people's efforts? Right?
Right.
So if you can just get a piece of everybody's efforts, it's going to multiply your own efforts. And so when we teach these launch calls, we're really teaching about duplication and quick success. Because when people have quick success, what do they want to do? They want to go out and share it, right? Because if you have quick success, people see that they can do it, and others will see that they can do it, and they want to be involved with that, right? So that's what we're doing here, and this is a very simple process, so I'll just go through it, and I'll tell you that my team has been doing this. We've been scheduling. If people are in the business already and have been in the business for some time, we are scheduling relaunch calls for them, okay? And if people are new, we're scheduling launch calls for them. And the process is really the same, so don't get too tied up in the technicalities here with that. But we are also offering this in terms of every Tuesday night at 9 o'clock. Our team is actually doing an opportunity call, and you guys could also plug into that if you want to. Tuesday at 9 p.m. Just invite your people with this process to an opportunity call, which is really a launch call as well. Okay, so here's really what it is. Here's the steps that you use. Okay, first of all, you're going to set up a date, and you're going to pick a date that you are going to launch or relaunch your business, okay? So you're just going to say, okay, maybe it's your new rep that's just getting started, and you tell that person, okay, we want to pick out a date that you're going to launch your business. So, you're going to need some time to invite some people and go through a few things here. So when would you like to launch your business? Okay, you want to make that on, today's March 22nd. You want to make that on 10 days out from now, March 30th or something like that, right? And you schedule it with your rep. Now, you're going to get, if you're not experiencing this, you're going to get an upline to do this, an upline master seller, or, me or Derek or, whoever that you can get to help you with this process. You don't have to do this yourself. You're going to want to learn it through others. Okay. And all you're going to do, if you're the new rep, you're just going to schedule that date. Okay. Now, the next step is you're going to make a list of people that you're going to invite to this launch call. And you're going to shoot for 50 people or 100 people to invite to this launch call, right? Everybody knows 50 people or 100 people. And then on the day of the call, so you're going to make your list first. On the day of the call, you're actually going to be reaching out to all these people. Now, in the meantime, on social media, you're going to create some interest in that week. And we have a video that Ashley Lindsay made for us. It's great, which should give people some ideas of some of the types of intrigue and posts to make and those kind of things. But really all you're doing is you're just going to create a post, once a day or once every other day that just says, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I've never felt this way before. I finally found something that's simple and I know that works. And basically, you're just going to make a teaser post like that. You're not going to say it's direct sellers. You're not going to say it's wine. You're not going to say blah, blah, blah. You're just going to make some sort of a post that teases people and creates curiosity. All right? Maybe it's, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I finally figured out a way to pay off my student loan debt. All right? Something like that. So for a few days, you're going to be doing these teaser posts, and then you're going to come back with this invitation to these launch calls or opportunity calls, right? And then once you've done that and made your teaser post, then on the day of the call, the day your call is scheduled, you're going to act with a sense of urgency. You're going to contact your list and you're going to act with a sense of urgency. You're going to be in a hurry. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to clear the date with the person that you're inviting. Make sure they're open, and you're going to be excited about this, and you're going to confirm that date, and then you're just going to use a simple script for reaching out to them. And you're going to say something like this. Hey, John. Hey, man, I can't talk right now. I'm actually falling behind just by calling you, but this is going to be more important. What are you doing tonight at 10? All right. John's going to say nothing, right? Great. There's a private call starting tonight at 10 sharp. I need you to just listen in and be on the call. It's only about 10 minutes long, so I have 5 spots available. Since you're not doing anything anyway, can I count on you to listen to that call? All right, you're going to do something like that, okay? And I highly recommend you use something that's very, very similar to that. And what you've done there is you've created a sense of urgency, you've cleared their schedule, and you basically said, can I count on you being there, right? And all you want to do is get people to this call. Now, here's a key in our industry. We always tell people to use third-party tools, right? Don't be the tool. Use third-party tools, right? And the third-party tool allows that tool to do the talking for you, okay? So you don't have to know a thing. So again, what does this accomplish? Your new rep or you don't have to know a thing. It's easily taught. It's easily duplicatable because you don't have to know a thing. You just simply use that script, invite people to this call. Anybody can do that, right? Do you think if you invited 50 people or 100 people in a week to that call, you can get 5 to 10 people or even 20 people on that call, right? And these people are going to listen to this call. And now they may say something like, hey, what's it about? And all you got to say at that point is, because you're not trying to give them any information. Remember, you're keeping that intrigue alive. And they're going to say, what's it about? And you're just going to say, I'd love to chat you with right now, but I've got so much going on. So all I need you to do is just get on this call, and you're not doing anything anyway. So can I count on you to listen in? All right. Got that? So they're going to, they're going to jump on the call. Now, if they say no, just thank them and tell them no problem. You'll talk to them soon. And if they say yeah, then you just text them to call in the info, and you then schedule a reminder for yourself later on during the day. The people have said yes, and just send them that quick reminder that says, okay, call starts in 10 minutes. See you there. Okay? That's all you need to do. Now, what's going to happen next is if you're the one that's doing this launch call and it's for you as a private call, you're going to want to be on the line, and the upline, say we do it in teams. So like Tina would do this part where she would say something like, you know, hey, thanks all of you for being on this call, part of, you know, John's network, and we're really excited to be here working with John. And you know, so we're going to get started in a minute here, blah blah blah, and we're basically going to edify John or the downline, whoever's call we're doing this for. And before we get into the meat and potatoes of the call, and then what's going to happen then is we're going to hand it over to the downline. The downline is going to edify the upline back and say, hey, gang, I'm so excited to be on this call. Thanks for showing up tonight. Before we get started, I want to introduce to you and bring back on the line a person that's, you know, been very successful in the industry. And this is something I'm very excited about, and blah, blah, blah. We're going to give you a whole script of what to go through. And you're just going to edify the upline. And the upline is then actually going to do, that's all you got to do. The upline is then going to do the opportunity call and go into the meat and potatoes of what direct seller is all about, why they got into the business, the product, the company history, or whatever, and basically create a sense of urgency and a fear of loss and those kind of things for the people on the call to join your business. Okay? At the end of that, it's going to go back to you, where you're going to come back on again, and you're going to take care of the people that are now texting you, because we're going to have a call to action to get started. And you're going to say, hey, look, I'm really busy right now with these people that are texting me. You know, Joe or Tina or Derek, can you go ahead and answer the questions for people, right? So that you don't even have to know how to answer questions. Again, the upline is going to answer questions for you. And we're going to take a couple minutes and answer questions and close out the call. At the end of that, you're going to tend to the people that have actually engaged with you and want to join and take care of them. And then the next day, you're going to follow up with the people who are on the call but didn't take action. Okay? So I just wanted to go through that really quickly again. So all you're going to do is get on the call, tell people that you're excited about being on here. You're going to edify the people, your upline. Your upline is going to edify you back, get into the meat and potatoes of it, give the company history, give the opportunity, hand it back to you and then we're going to do questions, and then you're going to tend to the people and who are interested in it, and then you're going to do follow-up with people the next day who haven't expressed an interest that night. Does that make sense to everybody? Does that, do you think it's something that you can do? Now, I can tell you that I have a whole script written out, all this kind of stuff. I'm happy to share the scripts that I use and what we also got off of Austin to show you the order of this, so you can see what part you do and what part the upline does, and the person that's actually presenting the meat and potatoes versus you handing it back to them and all that good stuff. But you can see that you do not need to know much, and anybody who's just getting started can do this, because all they have to do is get their list, invite people with a sense of urgency to a call, get them on the phone, on a conference call, let them hear what they want to hear. The presentation is going to actually determine, it's going to give them options for being a customer. It's going to explain, or being a rep. It's going to explain all the prices. It's going to explain the concept. It's going to explain a little bit about the comp plan. You do not need to know a thing. The new rep does not need to know a thing. And all your job is to do is get people on that call, whether it's a relaunch call for you or if it's a launch call for a new rep. Does that make sense to everybody? All right. Are there any questions at this point? Good job, Katie. I'm reading your notes now. It just said you just signed a partner.
That was awesome, Joe. Hopefully you guys have some questions. I mean, it's a great way to, relaunch your business or launch if you're, just starting. I've always said, because it's true, this kind of thing is a lot easier to build fast than it is to build slow. It really is. If you just try to piecemeal it over time and add 1 rep a month for the next 14 years so you make some money, it's not going to work. I mean, well, theoretically, I guess it could.
1 rep a month for everybody would be great, actually.
Right. But I'm saying, it's a lot easier to build fast, and momentum is critically important, and these are a great way to develop that momentum in your own business.
Yeah, and so our script for doing the actual opportunity call, we talk about Derek, it's almost like when we originally started this and we were doing all those op calls every day, right?
Right.
And so we're just saying, thanks for being here tonight. We got the same call over 16 months ago, and we were so excited to get this call from our friends, and all we did was pop on this call and listen to it. And I'm going to tell you what this is all about. We were pleasantly surprised to learn about this company called Direct Sellers. That's sellers with a C, a clever play on words, and a direct sales company, blah, blah, blah. We are changing the way wine is purchased, delivered, consumed, and enjoyed by people around the world. Now, you may be asking yourself, why not just buy wine from the store? Well, because we're different. Let me tell you, we supply value that you cannot get from the store. Have you ever wondered what to get or wanted to try something different, but you're afraid to lose your money and waste your money? Have you ever wondered what it's supposed to taste like, smell like, what you're supposed to pair it with, what you're, all that, what you're supposed to smell? We solve all of those problems and more. So, that's kind of the way. And then we talk about the company who's involved. We talk about a little bit about the legal, make sure people know we're handling, with Kevin Thompson, a legal attorney. We talk about a fear of, the high growth of the company, the high growth of the wine industry. So being a combination of a high growth company and a high growth industry makes a lot of sense to join a company like that. And we talk about the options of a customer and rep. So we give all these things, and then we create a fear of loss so that, hey, by the way, we're going to be growing from 40,000 to 400,000 in the next few years. And I know that because in my last business, we grew from 100,000 to 400,000 in 4 years, and we're doing this exact same thing right now because when I started it was only 2,000 and now it's 40,000. So can you imagine what's going to happen in the next 4 years as we build this business? So do you see why it makes sense to get started today rather than later on? Okay, so I just summarize that stuff real quickly off the top of my head, but I literally, I basically just read from a script because we're on the phone, right, on conference calls, so nobody, and it's very simple. And we keep it upbeat and we keep it moving. The presentation takes like 12 minutes. The back and forth, the whole thing lasts 20 minutes. All right, including questions, really. And
I'm sorry.
People can ask questions. We have a couple of people that we show, how to have people in case there aren't questions being asked. There's a couple of people in the audience that are teammates that are going to ask a question like, okay, hey, I don't really have a question. I'm on your website right now. Can you explain the difference between, the 250 versus the 500 so I can make sure I choose the right one, that kind of thing, right? So, all those sort of things we actually plan out with this, and you can read it. We have a step-by-step scripts, and it shows you what your role is in it versus what the upline's role is in it. And we even have a video from Ashley Lindsay that'll tell you, how to create some curiosity posts through the week leading up to your call. But all your job is just simply to get people on this call, let the call do the work for you, and let them decide if it's right for them and whether or not it's right to be a customer or a rep. Okay? So that's the whole thing, Derek and Sherry. That's what we're doing. And it's very simple, and it's a great way for a new rep to launch and then get 2 to 3 people signed up, or maybe a couple of customers, get a quick win. And guess what? They then know that their person can do this exact same thing without knowing anything. It's so easily duplicatable. Right?
There was a comment that is essentially a question from Pam, and I have some initial thoughts on this, but I'd love to hear what you think, Joe. Pam said, I can't even entice people to comment on a post, not sure how to get them to agree to a call. So what would your initial thoughts be on that?
I would find somebody who's successful, okay, and do similar posts to them, okay, in your own words. But find somebody who has a lot of engagement and make it similar to theirs. And just by continually not copying, because I'm not a big fan of copying exactly what others do, but put it in your own words, right? Your own little spin. You got to have the concepts down.
Right. There's sample posts out there that people use that effectively, Pam, create curiosity. And of course you're always adding to your network for one thing, so you're going to have new eyeballs on your post, but you want to create that curiosity, and then it goes into the invite, the day of the invite. Everything leads up to that, and when you do those invitations, they should be fast. Like when Joe gave the example of the invite, notice how he's talking to us very clearly and meticulously, trying to give us information. But when he transitioned into how he does that call, he's like, hey, how you doing? It was sped up. I'm losing time even by calling you, but it couldn't be more important. He goes into, really speeds it up. Just to create that
sense of urgency.
Yeah, create that sense of urgency, that excitement. Look, I have no time, but I need to know, what are you doing tonight at 10? It's the enthusiasm. It makes all the difference in the world. And Pam, I'm not even suggesting that you're doing it wrong, but what I'm saying is, like, people are going to get different results, and it really depends upon the way, if someone were to call me and be like, hey, Derek, so, tonight at 10 o'clock, I would love for you to be on this call. It'd be a really big favor to me. Do you think you could do it? I'd be like, oh my God, no, I gotta wash my cat tonight, I think. I would come up with, but if someone's like, oh my
posture.
God. Right. It's that posture, that strength or weakness someone senses in you. It's just that enthusiasm, not fake. I mean, you need to be genuinely excited about what it is we're offering to someone anyway, because people are smart enough to read that. And Pam, I know you are excited, and I know you are committed. So,
well, and here's what I'll add to that, Derek, is this is quick crash course on social media right here for all of you. And that is, you have to know who your target audience is, and who you relate to. And remember, you join Direct Sellers for a reason. You joined to solve a problem for yourself. And you saw in Direct Sellers a way to cure a certain problem that you had, whether it was you needed some additional income, you wanted to have some additional time with your family eventually, if you wanted to, pay off student loan debt, you wanted to pay off credit card bills, or whatever it is, you had a pain that you saw that you wanted to cure. Your job now is to, on social media, identify that target audience that you mostly relate to, and you speak to those pains that they have, and you solve their pains with what you have with your product and opportunity that solves their pains. Right. Does that make sense? Yeah. So you got to constantly be thinking about, what do I have that solves a problem? And now all of your posts that are related to the business are revolving around solving people's problems and sharing your story. Right? Does that make sense?
That's a big difference in, making posts, trying to get someone to join you in something.
Exactly. You're not talking about join me and all this stuff. It's, oh my gosh, prior to this, I was so stressed out. I didn't know what I was going to do. I had, debt up to my wazoo, and then I figured out a way to, chip away at it, and now I'm finally getting ahead of the plan. How many people are going to relate to that, right? You didn't sell them anything, but all of a sudden they're going to go, well, how the hell are you doing it? I need to get out of my debt too. Right.
Right.
Yep.
So these are all how you speak. People don't buy things just for the sake of buying them. They buy things because they need them and they solve a problem for them. Mm-hmm. Everything you buy, you're buying because it makes life more convenient for you. It cures a pain that you're having. And, it satisfies you, right? If it didn't have those elements, do you spend your money on it?
Right.
Does anybody need
to? An example, I'm looking across the computer. I see these Armor All wipes I bought today because it solved a problem for me. I have dust on my dashboard of my new Mercedes, and I'm like, can't have this. I spent the extra bucks and bought my Armor All.
That's right. So you think about it. All right, I don't have my wine handy, all right, but this is wine. But what do we have? We cure stress, we have fun, right? Those kind of things, and then our opportunity solves a financial problem. You don't sell the drill. You sell the hole. Does that make sense? People don't go into a hardware store to buy a drill. They go into a hardware store because they need to put a hole in the wall or in the wood so that they can attach their picture, put the frame together on the house, whatever it is. The drill creates the hole, which is what they really need.
Right.
Right?
They don't want a drill. They want a hole.
Yeah, they don't want the drill. They want the hole.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what you got to be thinking of is we're not out there just pushing a wine in front of everybody all the time. It's why do people imbibe? Right. Right? Why do people do it? What does our opportunity do for others? Mm-hmm. Hey, wine's expensive. We can get free wine. Okay, that's how easy it is to get free wine. Who pays for wine? You should be getting free wine.
That's a big value right there. Yeah. Huge
value. All right. Who would like to learn more about wines, but they're afraid to waste their money? Well, we get different wines every month. And there's a bottle guarantee. And you can learn how to pair wines and be less socially awkward when you're in a situation where you're around people, right? Yeah. Those kind of things. But of course, with the financial, there's so many ways you can get into the financial. I know John Gear has lots of reasons. He's talked about his story. I know many people, Derek and Sherry have talked about their story of what DC has done for them. Mm-hmm. So all these things are ways, Pam, getting to your question is how do you create curiosity? You solve a problem for your target market. Okay. Anybody else have questions?
I have a question.
Oh, go ahead, John. Go ahead.
Okay, so this, of course, would be a relaunch for us. So if we get a date set up and we get our list together who we're going to call, am I assuming that my upline would be doing the call itself? Would that be could I count on you, Derek, or would it be you, Joe? Or
you're on Liza's team, so you could definitely count on me. We would do that for you. So you would post it, and it's whoever has experience doing it. You want to get to that person that has experience, and one of us would end up doing it for you because it makes sense. So.
Oh, that makes sense. Yes. That just wasn't clear. Okay, who's going to do the call? So okay.
Right. Well, and again, that's why I tell you all that we're going to do this on Tuesday night as an open opportunity call at 9 p.m. Eastern too, so that those of you who maybe don't have uplines or active or whatever, and that happens certainly, but you're never going to get left without something. I mean, you can use the same methodology if you were inviting people to DC's opportunity call, right?
Mhm.
And everyone on this call is on our team and on Austin's team, and most are on Joe's team. Maybe
Yeah, so I think Monday night is DC opportunity. I think Thursday night is Austin's, right?
Austin's Thursday, yeah, 8:30.
Yeah, 9, 8:30.
Yeah.
And then we do ours on Tuesday night at 9. So there's plenty of opportunities for everybody just to jump on.
So basically, the relaunch, like we're saying, I can just go ahead and just invite people to the Tuesday night call.
You can, yeah.
Okay.
We decided to start doing that every Tuesday night ourselves, just to give people that
9
option.
p.m. Your time.
Yeah, and I think that consistency also helps, you know.
Okay.
But if you know, there's also, you know, that ability to call it a private one too, and gives people that little special opportunity as well as a launch call.
Okay.
And we call it a private call at that point on a different night and day.
Right.
Okay.
Private invite only call to John Gears Network.
Yeah.
Let me I want to open up. I'd ask Katie Roberts just to you know, tell her experience with this.
Oh, well, off guard. Okay, so I had my launch call a couple weeks ago. It was on a Sunday. And I did everything that Joe explained, where like I literally used the whole week before that to kind of prepare and post and all of that. And I will tell you that it was amazing. Like I literally on that Sunday, I spent all day inviting. So I think I invited about 100. Sorry, my kid's watching Mickey. I invited about 130 people to my call, and I had about 20 to 25. Well, I had about 25 people that committed yes, and I had about 12 people that actually showed up. So that's why when Joe says you really need to invite, like 50 is really not a big number to invite on those specialized calls, because you're going to have people that say yes, and then you're going to have people that don't show up. So in order to maximize that time, like as many people as you can invite is the best. But I'll tell you is those 12 people that did show up, I was able to, like Joe and Tina will send you the phone number of people on the call, and I was able to follow up with them and thank them for showing up. And then the rest of the people that maybe didn't show up that said yes, I was able to actually send them my recording of the call. And I was like, hey, you know, I'm so sorry you couldn't make it. I know things come up, but no worries. You're able to watch it or listen here. So that was such a value too, is to have that recording of the call. But it was amazing. I still send people the recording of my call.
Yep, and you just signed somebody up from that call too, right?
I did. She actually was on the call. She's pregnant. I don't know if she's on the call today, but she asked a lot of questions, and she had to wait due to financial reasons to join with me, but she was like on board like that day. She just needed to wait to secure some funds, but it was definitely of value.
Yeah. So these things work, and then even if you didn't use a recording, the other way that you do it, and the recording does work, but you could actually use that as a reason to say, well, you can catch us next month and create that, like, whatever, right? And so you can see who's really serious by saying, I'm going to have another one, you know, and I'll let you know when. So you kind of keep that tease out there for them, like you're not begging them, well, you got to wait till next month or whatever. But if you want to use a recording, you definitely can as well. All right. So, but, you know, think about this. If you did this for everybody, you know, again, we have so many options for people. Do what's comfortable for you. But if people did something like this right when they joined, 50 to 100 people on their list, right, Sherry? We get people to create their lists all the time.
Yeah.
And something very simple for people to do, and just getting that quick win of a couple people saying yes, you know. A lot of people have done this right now already, have been around for a while, and have already talked through a warm market and everything. People know all about the wine. So understand that this intrigue issue will get a lot of people involved when they're new too. Okay. So that's the process. That's the process. Anybody else have any questions? And again, this
Hey,
is something.
Joe,
Yep.
if you don't mind, I just want to suggest too, like, if you're somebody that doesn't really like to message people every single day, what I suggest trying is just engaging with people and starting a list. And then every single week, like every Tuesday, that opportunity call that Joe and Tina are going to do, go ahead and just start inviting them,
Yes.
but building that relationship. Because even if you were to invite 30 people and you had 5 people, that's like 5 videos in front of somebody, basically, the way that I look at it.
So there you're working all week or every 2 weeks or whatever, you're working to build up the people. And then you just hit them on the day of the call and say, hey, I don't know if this will be right for you or not, but this is something that I do on the side. And, maybe you're open to it, maybe you're not, but I just thought you might want to jump on this call and I show you what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. But you built up a relationship with people all week without even mentioning a business and, all that stuff. And they might say, well, hey, look, you're kind of cool. I've been following you on Facebook and you have an interesting lifestyle. I'll jump on and see what the heck you're doing. Let them decide then. It's all about giving them an option and letting them decide. Yeah. And again, like Katie said, so if we have those every week, it doesn't have to be 50 or 100 people. It could be, 3 people you're bringing to a call a week, right?
Yeah, it's that consistency though. I mean, if you're going to go small numbers like that, you got to be consistent with it. You do 3
exactly
1 week a month, it's not going to serve you. You're not going to get the kind of results that you want. So, but starting off the launch call, really, getting as many people there, one boom that you can. And you know what? And I know that it's not comfortable for people. That it's not comfortable. It's success is not comfortable. Like we just posted that meme the other day. You got to take the stairs. For success, you can't take the elevator. It's not comfortable. You have.
That's the work.
No one likes to make that kind of a call, or it's not a matter of that. I did not like doing 6 live opportunity calls 7 days a week for 6 months. I didn't like that. I couldn't talk. Well, I only did 5 on Sunday. I don't want to exaggerate.
That's the work though, and that's where the payoff is.
But the payoff is, huge. It just, and I know everyone can't do that. We were already full-time networking. We didn't have jobs outside the house. I'm just saying, the point is, none of that was comfortable. I didn't want to do it. I had my fill of it after like 2 days. I'm like, okay. But we kept doing it for literally like 6 months. And that's, it's that attitude of just effort, being uncomfortable doing things, because it does pay off. And if you look at the top 10 or top 20 earners in this company or any other network marketing business, I want to say I guarantee you, but there's probably always that one exception, but pretty much everybody, except for a weird exception maybe here and there, everyone built it fast. What I mean is they put in an intense amount of effort that they lost sleep over, they lost things with their kids or whatever for a very brief temporary period of time. So now, we can do whatever we want,
and they're consistent.
And they're consistent every single day. It's just, like one of my friends, I forget exactly how he put this, probably the smartest guy I've ever met in my life, Carl. He said, it's funny. He says, anyone can have abs. You just got to do 500 sit-ups a day. You got to do it every day. That's all. It's not hard. It's not rocket science. And if you do that, they'll build a statue to you, because the amazing thing is you were consistent and you did that every day, the easy thing every day. And, we say, this business is simple, but it's not easy. That they're not interchangeable terminology. The steps that you have to take to build a massive business that will pay you tremendously, and Joe knows this, is, they're simple steps, but they're not easy. There's nothing easy about it. You
add people to your network every day, invite people every day to something.
Yeah.
Show them, give them an opportunity, show them, do it every day. I mean, the more people can do that, and the longer
magic
you can do
is
that,
the consistency.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the only thing this business consists of.
I've been around, top leaders now for quite a few years, and I've never heard one person say anything differently. The magic is doing the simple things consistently, and you can't get around that. It's just, there's no magic easy button. That's what it takes. But man, the payoff is so worth it if you do it. And the launch calls are a great way to really get yourself started here.
Yep.
Cool.
So cool. Well, Derek and Sherry, I'll be glad to share those scripts and steps, and you guys can determine how you want to put it into the team page or whatever. Okay.
Great.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
Joe,
so
for your
much.
time. I appreciate
We'll
it.
see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
See
everybody.
y'all. Thanks. Bye.